Welcome on board the Lagoon 55. Welcome in Bordeaux. I just make a few tests of sound checking before we start the press conference. Is that all right? Do you have a feedback, Victoria?
That's good. Yeah.
Excellent. Look like okay. It's a first press digital conference for us. Usually we do it face to face, and we prefer that, of course. But we try to make it in a way that you're gonna discover the boat together with us. I'm gonna welcome Martina Torini with me. Welcome, Martina.
Hi, Thomas. Hi, everybody.
We are on board the Lagoon 55 in Bordeaux at the main office of Lagoon. The Bordeaux shipyard is one of the 3 shipyards we have for Lagoon. There are 2 in the north of France and here 1 in Bordeaux, where we build the boat over 50 feet.
Yes, we are really at the CMB docks. You can see Bordeaux just behind us. And we are finally on this 55 number 1.
Yeah, it's been a while that we've been working on that boat, more than 2 years actually.
Yes.
We're on the dock, sun is almost shining, and we're gonna go through some slides, some PowerPoint presentation just to show you some key features of the boat. I please ask you to ask any question you have during the presentation. Please do not hesitate. We are here to answer in live. And then we go through the boat with a walkthrough. It's going to be live presentation, but we did the same this morning with the rest of the world, with a lot of Asian journalists, Europe as well. And it worked pretty well. So
yes, exactly. So we're going to go through a few slides about Lagoon, numbers and features about what's happening during the last 6 months, and then going a little bit into the 55, and then finally I've got my phone in the hands, and then what we do and try to make you being on board with us.
Excellent. Put my mask.
Yes, let's
again.
put our mask back. I forgot mine there.
That was my
Please, Victoria, sorry.
5
So we got assistants, as you can see, in the back office. Thank you.
So yes, we are in Bordeaux at the shipyard, at the main office in Bordeaux. Some of you already had a chance to come and visit. You are welcome anytime it will open again to come and visit us. 100,000 square meters, building the boat from 50 to 78 feet of Lagoon. Quite impressive to see, and really it's one of the big assets of Lagoon. I'm with Martina, this is part of the team, but there's a big team behind us. I will just make a focus on some new members of the communication team because they are your point of contact. Victoria is together with us in this saloon of the Lagoon 55.
Hello, everyone from backstage.
She's handling this huge webinar conference for you guys.
But she's really the one to work with us on the global communication strategy for Lagoon. And she's taking care of the media planning and all press events. Regarding contents, if you have any question, not only about the 55, but in Lagoon in general, I had some questions this morning about pictures of the shipyard, of building process. Yes, we do have. You do not hesitate to ask to Laurie. And we have all the details of Laurie and Victoria in our different communication, especially the press release we made yesterday. For American journalists who are together with us, you know Fred, and Fred is still your contact. If you have any question, you please do not hesitate to go to him, and the team with him is here to help.
And you cannot see him, but he's also in the backstage. So say hello, Fred, because he's in France with us.
Hello, my friend.
He had the chance to come to France and see the boat for the first time.
Before we go into the details of the boat, we had some questions left and right about what has happened with Lagoon over the last 6 months. So I propose you to spend just 10 minutes to go to a quick review of the main events of Lagoon over the last 6 months period, which was a bit particular indeed for most of us. The first big thing, if you ask me what happened with Lagoon, is that the super good news, and I'm happy for them, is that Lagoon owners keep on selling all over the place. And
more and more,
we can say yes. We are stuck at the shipyard. We are stuck at home for some of us. But
there are people that has a chance to go and sail, buy boats, and have great adventures.
happy people, I would say.
Yes.
So more and more, and especially during this very strange period, we got in touch with these owners because many of them started to write blogs and stories. So we have a lot of testimonies, and this is a big thing that people keep on traveling and more, and there will be more and more boats on the water.
Yes, we really appreciate all the feedback that we got from people that are sailing with our boat, because thanks to this feedback we can get better information about how to use the boat, how to sail, and so improve our boat in order to answer the future question and answer the future use.
That's a key point.
Yes, exactly.
Another big event for the last 6 months, and you were part of it, of course, Martina, was the launching of the 65.
Yes, the launching was in September. We were supposed to share this launching worldwide with everybody in Cannes, but once again, we didn't have the chance to. But anyway, it was a pretty good launching for the boat.
Particular conditions indeed, but we did make it happen with special events in different places. And finally, even with the boat shows, today the 65 is starting a very great life. We have launched recently the Lagoon 65 #3 with a special event in Miami. It was a great success, a very happy owner, American owner. And now this is a story for years because we've already sold more than 20 units of the 65 without any big event. So yes, she's a success. These events we've organized in different places were a great tool, and thanks to our dealers network all over the place, to keep on moving and keep a very dynamic approach on the commercial side. So we organized it on the branding of the Lagoon days, and in every single place of the world, Hong Kong, Philippines, Sydney, Miami, everywhere, we had some local initiative from our dealers, and that keeps the move.
Yes,
and,
that's the power of our market, and that's the power of our network.
Indeed.
Yes.
Not only on events for potential buyers, actually, but we also had some events with owners, because you know this famous Lagoon escapade. And in between confinement restrictions, some of our dealers managed to organize some events. This one you can see is in the Whitsunday Islands in Australia, and this is one of the events for owners we organized in 2020.
When we got images, we all wished that we could be there, but
you were on the river.
Oh, so okay, we are on the river. Okay,
Not
fine. That's fine. I won't complain today.
Not that bad, yeah.
So, what about the sales during this period? Okay, we got boat shows, but how people react of this condition?
Yeah, we had a question from journalists indeed. Over the last 6 months, how did it clearly work? If you had asked me that question in July, I would have said that the visibility was pretty poor. Indeed, after these 8 weeks stopping the production, we started to deliver the boat, and people were so happy to get the boat. But then, what was the future? The good news is that the market has remained very dynamic, more than expected. And I will explain that with 3 reasons. The first one is that a lot of clients, a lot of potential buyers decided to make their dream come true, just because watching all these owners selling over the world, these blogs, these people enjoying life on the water, not on land.
When people were stuck at home, they just decided, I wanted to.
Yeah, and we got many projects, on private projects, I mean, like from families, couples, just becoming true. For any type of a model, from 40 feet to 77 feet, question of budget, question of program. But yes, it was a good surprise, very good surprise, and it keeps very dynamic.
Yeah. So maybe it's people that they had this in mind, they just didn't go for, and now with all these conditions together, okay, make it click.
Yes, it's now or never.
What more so? That was number 1. Number 2?
Number 2 is the strength of the dealers network. With all these local initiatives, we managed to keep the local contact, the direct contact with these customers, and that helped us pushing.
Okay. So the power of the network we were talking about. So the organization of the event, the fact that Lagoon is next to their client and accessible, that was the other one. Okay. And the third one?
And the third one was more than a thought, actually. It's the power of the brand, the power of the Lagoon brand, because so many potential buyers were here with this click, or yes, I go and I buy a catamaran. Then which catamaran? When you have no access to boat shows, when you have no access talk to people, it's a lot about reputation from word of mouth, a reputation on the web, from stories, from magazines, from you guys. And it's true that we could really benefit from the power of the Lagoon brand. People want reliable boats to live on board, to travel around. Lagoon is a big one, is a world leader for sure. We are part of a big group, the Veneto group, and that was a big help, a big asset to push the sales forward.
So even in this difficult condition, the catamaran market is still growing.
It's still growing, yes, and we've sold over the last months more boats, private clients, than the year before.
Okay. There is a magic number that you want to share today, isn't it? About the number of boats. So
in 21, we're going to reach a big number of 6,000 Lagoon boats sailing all over the world. 6,000 owners.
An incredible number, yeah.
And we're very proud of that. We're on this growing trend of the market. We benefit from it. And as a leader, we keep on pushing boundaries. And yes, we are very proud of this number.
And so these 6,000 boats all over the world, how we can handle when they want to stop somewhere, when they want to be repaired somewhere, when they just want to have a contact. How do you do that?
Just part of the global brand. I mean, we have these dealers and service centers, more than 100.
More than 100.
All over the world, worldwide. And if people trust Lagoon, it's also for this service, for these dealers, local contacts, for sure.
Mm-hmm. So 6,000 boats, how can we make it? What is the range today?
The range of Lagoon is from 40 feet to 77 feet. Very coherent range. We have two shipyards building the 40, 42, and 46. And here in Bordeaux, we build the 50, the 52, 65, very new model, and 77. We also have two models on the motor range, 67 and 78, but today we talk about sailing boats.
Exactly. We're talking about sailing boats, and we're talking about magic that continues in Lagoon, because there is something new that we want to announce today, and we have already announced and we wanted to share today is the new 55. So how does this boat come into the range?
First of all, I have a question for you.
Oh. Why 55?
I have a question for you guys, but we're going to answer it. Why 55 and why do we talk about the magic? Magic continues. 55 is a very magic number for us at Lagoon.
It is. It's the name of the first Lagoon ever that was built in 1987. So we are now joined and we're now going back to the roots. And we are really still, we can say that we are still sharing the same value as before. And you see there on the screen an image of the first Lagoon 55 with the real, truly public motto that was together in all the communication with this Lagoon 55 that says that is a boat built for cruising in comfort and safety. So it's still values that Lagoon shares today, isn't it?
Clearly the Lagoon DNA, and what we were just saying with all these Lagoon owners sailing all over the world. People buy Lagoon to travel around, to live on board in safety and comfort. And I guess this is also what we've done with the Lagoon 55 new generation.
Yes, exactly. And now we just say this. Please your eyes and then go next after this 55 on the 55, the real one with the first images that we have seen in La Garonne that we have shared with the public. And I suggest that maybe we go a little bit back in a few days, a few years, and see how this boat was built since the beginning.
Yeah.
With a short video.
Let's have a look at the genèse of the boat, how we call it in France. Ah, mais les soucis sont. C'est normal, vidéo finie.
So I think we're all back together after this short video.
Welcome back on board the Lagoon 55. Once again, please do not hesitate to ask your questions on the chat box, and we are going to enter into the main features. If you can explain us a bit more.
Exactly.
Martina.
We have been teasing for a while since beginning of January, and each teaser had a main, the goal to describe the main assets of the boat. You have seen a short video right now, and then we're going to go through, but I just want to highlight a few points. First of all, the real thing that we have to remember is that we are still together at Lagoon with the same winning team, VPLP Design.
VPLP were already the designer of the Lagoon 55 in 1987. So they are really
Exactly.
part of the family.
Exactly. Vincent Lario-Prévost and Marc Van Petegem worked together in this adventure till the beginning. Patrick Lequemin is one of the top designer in the design car environment. He was head of the Renault design team for a long time, and he joined us in 2012 for the launching of the new generation of Lagoon, the Lagoon 39 and 52. And now the design that is with us since the launching of the first 450 and 560, so the precedent generation, and they are still together with us to give us this touch of elegance and Italian touch. Let's talk about style. So talking about these main points, the first one that I want to talk to you about is the innovation about the access on board. The access on board is what Patrick Lequemin have loved to call stairways to heaven. It's a little bit like a legend of the Let's Happening songs, but the thing is that we really changed the way to get the access on board. Normally, you get access on board by the transom in a longitudinal way. Now, this time, we get an access a little bit dramatic, let's say, into the interior, into the axe of the boat. We have seen it from the images, and this gives you the possibility to use the surfaces of the transom in a different way. And you will see just later in our walkthrough, but we came up with two different options, each in one transom, that normally we are used to see them on motor yacht or even on bigger boats, like the outside galley. So this time with this new circulation on board, we got those kind of possibility to enjoy better life on board.
So each transom becomes a new part of the living area of the boat.
Exactly. It's not only a passage, it's really a living area itself.
It's a clear innovation on the catamaraan's market, actually.
Yes, it is. And I'm gonna step down onto the docks and let the public see how it looks like behind, because it's really a new signature.
Excellent.
It's really design signature. This allowed us, the way that we access on board, to design a new circulation. So as you can see here on the image, the new circulation enlarged the cockpit. That's what I call an extra large cockpit that goes much more to the back. And those transom that goes into the center of the boat instead of going right to the deck, give the possibility to return the cockpit through the outside. So returning the cockpit to the outside, having a bigger table, get the possibility to have what we call a terrace on the sea. So we are here on the saloon. No, what I can say outside is the cockpit, the same level, down to the sea just behind.
So we will turn the camera the other way around at the end of this presentation, and you will see what we see right now. That's a really flush deck.
Yes, exactly.
Up to the sea, and we clearly see this effect of the terrace, the base terrace on the sea.
On the sea, on the water, exactly. Another assets of this new generation of Lagoon is, as you can see now, coming inside the light, we got two overhead windows that gives us a new point of view right away. Here we are. You can see them up there. That give us a new point of view from the outside. We are all talking about in and out sensation, going to the outside, and we're now bringing the outside in with those two windows at the top. Last but not least, talking about inside out, we got just behind us a magic window that goes down and it has access direct to the forward cockpit. The forward cockpit is now a large area on this boat that has been designed till the beginning in the shape of the deck, and that gives us the possibility of have a great cocoon area in the front with many options of shadow to get really either a private cocoon with a canopy or some sun awnings that gives you a different possibility to enjoy different time on board.
And
Because
it's integrated
canopy.
in the process.
Yes, exactly. Everything has been integrated. So that gives you a modularity on board and the possibility to change the function in each area according to the use that you want to have or the time of the day.
Let's have a look at the different places we have on board and different configurations.
Different layout, maybe. Yes.
Starting with the outside.
Yes. 1987 was the first Lagoon. Nobody would have think about having a fly bridge. The real switch for Lagoon was the 440 on 2000. So now we are still in the mood of the fly bridge for Lagoon. It's now the real signature of Lagoon. And on this boat, we really have the top of the fly bridge in terms of function.
It's a huge one.
Is a huge one, exactly. Hand station on starboard. All the maneuvering are in the front. Then a nice dining area upstairs. So you can not only have aperitif upstairs, but really dining, because a large folding table that allows you to circulate easily on board and to sit down and have a real dinner upstairs. Bar upstairs too, with fridge, storage, sink, and everything you need to just get right next to the table at your fingertips. All you need. At the back, the first
big huge features.
Exactly. At the back, a first relaxing area, sunbathing, and then in the front, the next sunbathing that you can see in these images. That is a great, nice place at mooring.
In front of the mast, you mean?
In front of the mast, exactly, in the forward area. And as you see in this image, there is a secondary access. As you have a small crew, for example, you want to jump easily onto the deck. On starboard, you get the secondary access to be much more easier and quickly on the deck. It's just behind the helm station. And when you are handling the boat in alone, for example, or in very few crew, it's a nice feature to have.
So we clearly have a helm station with all maneuvers being just next to the helm station, so that you can control the boat from the fly.
Yes, you can control the boat all on your own, because even the maneuvering of the rail at the back for the main sheet is also possible to control it with the flat wander at the back directly from the helm station.
Excellent.
Yes.
What
about the inside,
inside?
and what is happening downstairs? So here, you can see much better as the first sketch the layout of the cockpit at the back, so you can understand what I was talking about. Lounging that are really facing the sea at the back. This big, large table, and really the circulation that goes all around the rear cockpit, and gives really another perception of the size of this cockpit.
Everything being on one level. There's
Everything, once again, on
step
one level.
From here to the really aft of the boat, there's absolutely no steps. Very easy circulation.
Exactly. So talking about the inside where we are now, we have to talk about the saloon. So we have the saloon in a 4 or 5 configuration. Here we are. So the boat that we are on today, number 1, is a 4 cabin. Boat number 2 that will come to the United States is hull number 2. It's a 4 cabin again, and hull number 2 is going to be a 5 cabin, and she's going to go to Asia, I think.
Yes, but in any case, we have the choice on the Lagoon 55 to have 4 cabins, 5 cabins,
and 6 cabins. Yes.
Each configuration, you have a private head.
Each configuration does have a private head, so it's what we call 444, 555, 666.
In terms of private shower,
private head, exactly. And what's interesting is that, as you can see on this layout here, the 4 cabin, you got a large kitchen. You got a large kitchen on starboard with a foreign countertop at the end, making the junction in between the saloon area where we are at the galley. There is a nice bar area that I'll show just later on with my walkthrough. And where we are here is this lounging area that has a modular table that makes a lower table, as is the configuration today, or an upper table to get dining inside. very important thing is the pantry and the laundry downstairs. In the port hall, we got in the mid part of the hall, we got this extra large volume of fridge, exactly, a total high fridge with a lot of storages, washer, dryer, whatever you want, you can have it. It's kind of something that we don't see that much on this size of boat. It's much more something that you can see, for example, on a bigger boat like the 65.
Indeed. Yeah.
Yes. So.
What about the TV? What is the TV actually?
Oh, the TV is here in the saloon, just right up here, and it's electric lift, and it comes down from the ceiling and up. And once it is down, you can adjust the angle of the TV to really enjoy what is going on up here.
Not too bad.
Yes, exactly. So going into the hall, just quickly, the full cabin. On starboard, you got the owner cabin aft, and then a cabin in the front. On port, VIP cabin at the back, and another VIP cabin in front. And what is interesting to see is that both aft cabins has 170 width of bed, so a larger bed than the forward cabin, and that the volume of the owner's suite is really amazing. You got, as you enter, a feeling of space that is incredible, because you got an open area with all the shower head, sink, and everything on outboard, and inboard a huge dressing room. And then you go into the volume of the cabin with nice sofa and bookshelves and a nice desk at the back. A perfect place for the home office. We are actually everybody is in the home office squad, so it's really nice feature that we have on board.
We will have a visit with you just after this presentation.
Exactly.
We take the phone and we go inside.
Exactly. I'm gonna take my iPhone and go through 5 cabin. In the 5 cabin, we got hull on starboard that change and switch. All the area of the owner cabin becomes a double cabin. Both cabin has their own character. In the mid starboard cabin, we got a twin bed. It's always a great configuration.
It just shows if you want to have a separate bed or
exactly. You can always adjust. For example, you're cruising with your family. Your 2 kids are in this cabin. You're cruising with friends, there's a couple, we join the bed, and so on. And at the back, nice feature, of course, the lucky one gets direct access to the cockpit.
Yeah. In this configuration, you keep the laundry on port side, you keep the big fridge downstairs.
Exactly. In this configuration, you keep the lounge bar in the saloon, you keep the laundry on port. In the next configuration, the 6 cabin configuration, the configuration of the saloon switch.
Because we have more people on board, so we need more place to store things.
Yes, we got more people on board, but also we have to place the companionway the right way in order to split and to have the right volume in the hull. Okay? So what we have in this configuration in the galley, as you say, the galley goes bigger. We got the countertop in Corian that goes till the end, on the contrary of the full cabin. The large fridge that was in the pantry downstairs comes up, so that it got free volume for 1 cabin downstairs. And you got a nice configuration of a vis-a-vis for the saloon that really is a modular one too, because you got always the possibility of having a larger table and also having dinner inside, because as you told, 12 people on board, you have to set that down.
With 6 real cabins with private head once again.
Yes, exactly. So you got the perfect symmetry in between port and starboard. So also on port, you had the mid cabin and the aft cabin with a private access.
Great. So we're going to have something to really share with our private lands, sailing with families for charter configuration.
Exactly. We got what we call, we got selfish owner, they're going to be only in 4, and then you got bigger family in 5, and then you can get up to charter 6 to 6. It's quite an amazing offer.
Great. What?
So, just showing you guys a little numbers, because I know that you're always interested in features and numbers, but you will all find these data on the website that is accessible for all of you for the press. Just dial your password in and you will be...
You get this in technical information. You get the first pictures of the boat. So the first pictures of the boat sailing on the Garonne River. Okay, we'll have the real one in the turquoise sea in May, not before. And the first...
Yes, we do. We're going to sail next week with all the technical team, and we're going to shoot some videos and we're gonna shoot some picture next Friday all
Yeah,
together with Victoria. And we're gonna have the blue water in La Rochelle.
It's not the med actually. But,
No, it's not the med.
Pictures of the inside. We made the photo shooting yesterday, and you'll get it in the next 10 days. Available on the media website. Anyway, it's coming step by step. You are really the first ones today to discover the boat. The boat was just launched a few days ago. She's in the water. She's for us today, but we make everything available step by step, and it's been released since yesterday night. Talking about the specification, maybe we can say a few words about the capacity of what we propose on board the boat, because this is really a boat to travel around, to go far away. And once again, we put a lot of effort on the water capacity, fuel capacity, and autonomy on board.
This boat has the same fuel and water capacity as the 620 that you all remember. So large amount of fuel, 1,000, and large amount liters, and large amount of more than 1,000, and large amount of water too, 960, with of course water making on board and everything you need to do it.
So clearly, yeah, we keep on focusing on that because we know people spend a lot of time on board and they need to stay far away from the harbor. And,
exactly.
That's the way to go for Lagoon.
So last but not least, before going through the visit, I just want to share with you something interesting that once again, we have shared this launching with our partners Umbrella, and we have installed on board a new harmony. It is not really only one harmony. It's what we have on board now. We call it Serenity, and the Serenity is made of 8 different ambiances. So be aware while I'm going through the visit to understand each time that I'm going into a cabin or being in the lounge saloon or in the cockpit or in the flybridge, you will discover different colors, different atmospheres. And
each area has its own ambience.
Exactly. And this is what we wanted to show you guys and to show to the client what Lagoon is able to do, what Lagoon is capable to do, and to offer to their client.
Clearly, yes. And more we get some requests of personalization, and yes, we know how to do that with the big Lagoon for sure.
Exactly. So I'm just gonna prepare myself, put my shoes on, put my jacket on because it's a little cold outside. I'll leave you for a few seconds with Thomas. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask them, and Thomas will translate that to me. And I'm gonna go with my iPhone. I'm gonna catch you in a few seconds. Stay tuned.
You put your shoes on, and I'm gonna follow you, Martina, outside to help you if you need anything. Once again, if you have questions, especially during the visit, do not hesitate to ask. We're going to do some focus and put the camera where you need to show the different features as if you were on board together with us. It will be the case very soon, I hope.
Can you turn your camera on, Thomas?
On.
Yes. Mark, do they still hear me right now?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, Mark, I see your question about the pricing of the boat. The problem of the boat, and this is the next slide, maybe Victoria you can show it. The problem of the boat for the coming weeks is that we will start with very intensive technical tests in Atlantic and then in the Med. So we have weeks of intensive sea tests, before we have this world premiere at the La Grande Mode boat show, and we still have a few tests to do before really releasing the price. So it's gonna come in 1 week, 10 days. You're gonna have the standard price for sure. But so far we are really letting you and sharing with you the discovery of the boat, but we still have a lot of tests and things to check before we make the price public. So just to finish with this journey of the Lagoon 55, we have this intensive test with all the engineers from the Lagoon team, technical teams and suppliers as well for weeks. We hope we'll go to the multi-hull boat show if it happens in Lagoon. Then we have some additional tests in May. We keep on testing the boat and we'll do a photo shooting in the Med to have some better pictures of the outside. We have a press event in Europe next to Barcelona in Purjevene, and we hope you'll be able to come. We hope the vaccine will be popular at that time. But the second week of June, yes, you're really welcome to join us for a press event where we'll have sea trials before the boat goes for 2 months of a tour in the Med. We plan to have a Lagoon 55 on the major boat shows from September, and the hull number 2 is planned to go to Annapolis Boat Show in October, yes indeed. So it's a long journey. We make only 3 boats this year, and these 3 boats will be launched in 2021 because we are really in this process of prototypes, testing the boats before we start the real production. So the price will come in a few days, a couple of weeks maximum, but we have to final check before communicating to everyone. Martina?
I'm ready. I'm
I'm
ready to take.
I propose you to come and sit down here so that people can see what we were watching when speaking.
Here we are. So we were talking about having a real terrace on the water till the back, and here we are. So let's go, guys, with you. Here is the wonderful cockpit that we have been talking about for so long, that you have just seen a few images on the video. And here I'm going outside. Please feel free to tell me if I'm going too quick, because I really want to enjoy this visit on board. So here we got the access and the transom, the platform at the back. And here we are, the lounging I was talking to you about. We can just lounge there and relax and have a look at the sea just behind us. So I'm going to go down to the dock with you in order to let you enjoy the first view of the boat from the dock. It's not a super sunny weather, but anyway, it's not raining. You can see the 78 just behind us, in front of me. Here we are. And I'm going to turn right now to see Thomas. Hello, Thomas. The off part of the boat. So you can see the famous stairs that goes up in the center of the boat. And Thomas that is enjoying the view from his terrace. Porto in the back. I'm just gonna give you an access, an overview. Okay, Thomas. Thomas is doing the hostesses on board, showing us the rear galley. Here we are, so as I told you, at the back the transom really become an area on its own. So here we are. And on the other side is a little far away. Same transom, but with another assets, the folding bench. So I'm gonna go forward just to get you a new perspective of the boat. You see we're really at our docks where we launch our boat, where client comes to take delivery for the boats. Next class is Bordeaux there. So I'm just gonna ramp up the stairs and give you another view of the boat. Here we are. So this is the front cockpit. Thomas is there. You can see the size of the boat. The forward sunbathing, the beaming at the top, and the new signature of Lagoon. You got the handrail? Exactly. Thomas is indicated to you. It's not only a design feature, it's a real function. So while you're walking, it's a perfect handrail, the right height. So there is no design without function. 100%. Here we are. So I'm coming back on board, Thomas, joining you in the forward cockpit. So the Lagoon signature, you can see it. The coach roof in levitation. And these new great features here on the roof. They make the profile much more elegant and the roof thinner. So I'm again on board. And here we are with Thomas. Hello again. So as I told you, here is the boat, perfectly designed. The forward cockpit, a nice table that folds down. Here we are in the center, a great access, technical staff. Just all around, you can see it from here. You got the stainless steel of the canvas bimini that comes up. And then removable seat to get access to the inside storage. Upstairs, the sunbathing. And you got an overview of the bimini there. Great features, the window that comes down. Hi, Thomas. Completely disappear. And so you got a perfect access to the inside. So let's go upstairs into the flybridge, onto the flybridge. The way back from here, you can see the size of the cockpit and the large entrance to the saloon. You can see here a double table for the perfect circulation on the cockpit. And here you can see what you can feel about this new generation of Lagoon with the extra large cockpit at the back. Storage is underneath the floor everywhere. Function as fridge, storage, sink. Nice amenities like push-pull lamps, cup holder, and etc. I'm going upstairs with Thomas, following him. Here we are. I'm trying to get different perspective of this sunbathing in the front. Easy access with those two steps that have been designed in the roof. And here we are, the flybridge. So, huge surfaces, a lot of function. The dining area here with larger table. Maybe Thomas, you can fold the table out. Here we are. Sink, once again, fridge, storage, everything we need. And then as soon as you have finished the dining, you fold up the table, a bolster ham seat, so you can have a larger seat while sailing, and while maneuvering, you can put your bolster up. Helm station here, all the electronics, engine throttles, everything you need. A great visibility at the back. And the large sunbathing rear. And here we are, a zoom of the line feeder at the back that gives you a great maneuverability on board. So another perspective of this huge flybridge up here. Here we are. So maneuvering in the front, dining and relaxing at the back. Going back downstairs. Here we are. Thomas is preparing has the larger table for this 666. So we can have here up to 12 people dining all together. It's huge. As once again, our terrace, our visibility back. And it's time to go inside again with this large sliding door, the chat table where Victoria is handling our web conference, the lounge. We're now setting in low table version, the bar, an overview of the galley, the fridge, the oven. Here we are. And then I'm going to go down to the pantry. Here we are. So the assets of this boat that goes together with the galley, the large fridge as you can see here, the washer and dryer, and much more volumes in those storages. So this area is really an asset to complete the volume of the galley. A lot of storages underneath the floor. So, as you can see from those 4 ears. And let's discover the owner cabin. Here we are going down to the starboard hull. Yes. So, first volume dedicated to the shower and the sink. And then just next, the large dressing room. And here we come in this wonderful volume of the cabin. Beautiful home, desk office, a large bed, here you discover one of the different ambiances of the cabin. The bed is ideally placed in front of this large window, another window at the back. A nice corner with sofa and bookshelves. And here we go. Another overview of all the storages and the dressing room that are here in this cabin. So one tour again. To go back. Separate toilet. And a quick overview of another cabin. Just say hello to another ambience, the tropical ambience, for a forward cabin. Large window outboard. I don't know if there are any questions during this walkthrough. I'm going to go maybe to the aft VIP cabin and then go back again into the lounge to answer your questions. So here again, another ambience, another cabin. A lot of light coming in. A lot of windows. Here we are. Separate head. Restroom room also in this VIP room. Going through the pantry and then up again in our saloon. So here we are. So I'm gonna go back with Thomas and see if you did enjoy the tour with us. Did you?
Thank you for
Let's see.
Thank you for the visit. I think people could have a good view and a good first understanding of the main features and volume of the Lagoon 55. If you do have any more questions, just do not hesitate. Otherwise, of course, we remain at your disposal, either the communication team or us, to go more into details and explain more the boat. I'll explain you the program of the boat for the coming weeks. It's intensive tests, yes, but we will make sure you have a possibility to visit the boat and test the boat from June for sure, and the weeks after, the months after. Everything is available anyway on the media website, the Lagoon media website. Laurie is also your contact for any specific content. And if you are okay, I think we are on time. We made it in 1 hour, as we said. And let you one more word, maybe, if you have anything to say. 1987, the first Lagoon 55.
2021, 34 years later, we're still here, still sharing the same value. And we're really happy. I hope that you enjoyed this tour with us. We really make our best to let you be on board with us.
It was very new for us. I think
yes,
we are not
exactly.
actors, and we try to let you feel the boat. And we love the boat, and it's really some emotion we want to share with you. We really dream of sharing this emotion on board with you very soon, as soon as possible. But at least we hope it was a great tour for you. And
yes. And thank you very much. Thank you really for joining us on board.
See you soon.
See you soon. Have a nice weekend. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye-bye, everyone. Cheers.